Shouldn't we go and speak to Johnny's mom before looking for him? He could be home now, and I know where he lives.
Yeah, sure. Lead the way.
You sound worried.
I am.
Why should you be worried?
Because if anything happened to Johnny, I feel like I'm partly to blame.
Why would you think that?
I shouldn't have kept everything hidden from you, Ford.
No, you shouldn't have. But you can't change the past, and not telling me might have had no effect on the results of today.
The results of today may not have happened yet.
What do you think is going to happen? You think Yvonne's going to kidnap Johnny and then blackmail me?
Maybe?
I was being sarcastic.
It's not impossible, Ford.
Livy, we need to think realistically. Let's not make any decisions until we find where Johnny is and what Eliana might have done to him.
Can't we question Eliana?
That would not be a good idea.
All right then. But maybe she has answers.
She's a liar, Livy. Don't trust anything that comes out of her mouth.
If you say so. Maybe Kara?
I don't know where you're planning to actually find Kara.
She was hanging out with Sabrina in school when Johnny wasn't around.
What does Kara want? I never want to see that girl again.
The three of us actually went to Kara to enlist her help. She knows a lot about blackmail.
And you didn't think to talk to me first?
Ford, it's not like that.
You guys trust Kara more than me?
No, Ford, you're not listening to me.
Isn't that a bit hypocritical? You haven't listened to me at all the last couple of days.
How about we focus on Johnny instead?
Don't just change the subject because you know I'm not wrong, or I'll go and find Johnny on my own.
Ford, don't be silly. You can't do that.
I can't believe you tell Kara and then not tell me at all.
I think it was Johnny's idea.
You think? Well, that really is convincing.
Ford.
How about we stay silent until we reach Johnny's house? I only wanted to apologize and tell him I care.
I know. Whatever you did, if anything, I'm sure Johnny forgives you. Personally, I don't think you did anything, but through Johnny's eyes, it may be a different story.
Johnny didn't know I was going to apologize. He shot off just as I was about to.
You can tell him later.
Is there a later?
Ford, stop being a pessimist. We'll find Johnny soon.
Your attitude seems to have changed a lot now.
So?
So, why?
Does it matter? Positivity goes a long way, Ford.
Fine. Look, we're nearly there.
Ford and Livy arrive at the house. Livy rings the doorbell and they wait for Lila to answer.
Morning, Ford, and...
Livy, nice to meet you.
Likewise. Have you seen my son anywhere?
What? Oh, we were coming to ask the same question.
What's wrong?
So Johnny's missing now? I'm so confused.
Have you got something to tell me, Ford?
Probably?
Come inside. I'll put some biscuits out.
The three of them head into a living room. Lila empties a packet of biscuits onto a large china plate.
Did something happen?
Simple answer, yes.
What did happen?
I invited Johnny over because I wanted to apologize to him and I wanted to do it face to face, properly. And then he just shot off.
Where to?
At that point, didn't know, but I went to find Livy, who's been hiding a lot about Johnny from me.
Johnny's been hiding a lot of stuff from me. I wouldn't be surprised if it's about the same thing.
Livy told me about the blackmail. Livy told me that Eliana asked Johnny to meet her at 11 a.m. on Sunday or Eliana would hurt, well, me, basically.
That's why he wouldn't eat breakfast this morning and rushed out of the house.
He did the same to you?
Also, Ford, he said he wanted to meet you quickly before he met with Eliana in the hope that Eliana wouldn't find out.
Why didn't you tell me that as well? And why did Eliana forbid him to talk to me?
Also, he told me this morning he'd overslept and had to go.
Now it all makes sense.
How?
Everything fits into place. The blackmail, why Johnny had to go, why no one would tell me anything, why Johnny could be in danger right now. It's like a giant puzzle that's just been solved.
I was confused too, and Kara told me to call the police, so I did.
You called the police? I told Mom not to speak to the police. But, and now?
They'll help you, Ford. What's so wrong about talking to the police?
Yvonne could kill me if what she and Eliana have done gets out. I don't mean that figuratively.
Like I said to Johnny, the police can protect you, but Yvonne and Eliana don't deserve your loyalty.
What if by the time the police act, it's too late? Then what?
What if it's already too late?
Livy? No.
Kara enters the room.
What is she doing here?
She's been helping us. Just leave her, Ford. Like Lila said, she's the one that told her to call the police.
But I didn't want the police called.
Haven't heard from Johnny then?
We came straight here, so no.
I kind of guessed that you still disliked me.
Why wouldn't I?
The aim of our mission, Ford, is not to argue with your third worst enemy, it's to find Johnny.
Third?
Yvonne is your worst enemy at the moment, then Eliana.
Fine. Come on, staying here won't help us find Johnny. Let's go.
How are we gonna find him? I could ask Nico for the car, but I'd have no idea where to search.
Any idea where Eliana could be hiding?
You, more than anyone, would have the answer to that question.
Eliana's always loved gardens. I don't think she'd be anywhere in plain sight or anywhere near a road.
There's a quiet park, only a mile or so from here. I feel like that would be a good place to hold a heist meeting.
Then let's go.
Let's go back to my house first. It's too far if we don't drive. And Dad's let me borrow his car before.
All right then. I'm trusting you this time, Livy.
When have you not trusted me?
When you didn't tell the truth.
Fair point.
I hope Ford is getting on okay. I'm so freaked out now.
I'm sure him, Livy, and Johnny will be fine. Don't worry.
What if the worst happens?
How do you define worst?
I wouldn't know.
Of course you can take the car, sweetheart.
Thanks, Dad.
I hope you find him.
Me too. For Ford especially.
Do this for Johnny, not me.
I'm doing it for both of you. You've both been through a lot.
All right, fine.
Come on, then.
See you later, Livy. And Ford.
Two of them arrive at the park, which is practically empty, especially for a Sunday.
Are you sure this is a good idea? This place seems so eerie.
Don't be a scaredy cat. Everything will be fine. You want to find Johnny, right?
Johnny's not going to be alone in a deserted park, and...
Hey!
You! Got something to say?
Yes, actually. First question. Do you know about the blackmail?
Johnny has been relaying it to Sabrina, Kara, and Livy since the beginning. Livy told me everything, so yes.
Alright, I'm going to say this. Where is Johnny?
Wait, what? We thought he was with you!
He never showed?
But then, where is he? He was with me before 11, and he said he was sorry because he had to go, and we all know he went to see you on his bike, so where on earth is he?
I don't know, and I don't care. But
what?
You and him are going to pay for this.
I care more about my best friend than whatever you do to hurt me. No matter how much you hurt me, my best friend will always be my first priority. Do whatever you want to me, but if you ever use Johnny to get to me again, then you'll be the one to pay. Got it?
Got it.
I knew you cared!
Since when did I ever say I didn't?
Well, I wasn't sure.
Doesn't matter, but we need to find Johnny. Right now. Like, he could be in danger.
Don't panic, Ford. Let's leave Eliana to mess up her own life, and let's get to the car, now.
Yeah, I guess. Looks like it's gonna rain.
Two of them reach a car just as it starts pouring rain. Livy helps Ford into the car before getting behind the wheel herself.
I'm sorry. I promise we'll find him.
You can't promise me something like that, Livy.
My best friends call me Liv. Not that anyone calls me Liv. I just don't have any best friends. Until now.
Didn't you make any friends at your old schools, Liv?
I've never fitted in, but here I feel like I do.
So you finally found where you belong.
You could put it that way.
Are you staying here permanently?
I don't think I'm going to be moving schools again.
I'm glad you feel like you finally found somewhere where you feel welcome.
Me too, to be honest. Didn't think I'd be staying here long, but I guess I was wrong.
I bet nothing dramatic like this happened in your own schools.
I didn't have any adventures. Mostly just bullies.
But it worked out in the end, right?
Of course. I'm so glad I found this place.
I realize that I haven't exactly been the nicest either.
What do you mean? You've been fine. And you're going through a lot, Ford. I'm not blaming you for that.
I've gotten mad at everyone, including you.
I deserved it, Ford. Honestly. You had a right to know, and I wasn't being a good friend.
Why do you think you weren't being a good friend?
Because it would have benefited Johnny if I told you. And you would have known everything if I had.
Don't beat yourself up. It's the past now. And we just have to focus on finding Johnny.
Yeah, of course. Johnny's our priority now.
I still have no idea why he never went to see Eliana. I know he was going to see her to protect me, but he never arrived, so where else could he have gone? Wait!
What is it?
He had his bike, right?
Well, you told me he did. I wouldn't know if he did. Only you would.
Yeah, he did. But what if...
What if what?
I'm getting flashbacks to when Amber met Lewis.
Look, I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean, Ford?
Lewis, as you may have heard, was in a really bad bike accident. He had amnesia, then he met Amber and fell in love with her. I remember how broken he was when he first came back to school.
And your point is?
Johnny would have headed straight to where Eliana was meeting him to save my skin. There was definitely a reason out of his control as to why he didn't arrive.
Like, what?
What if What if he was in an accident, just like Lewis was?
No! No!
Come on, go faster! Follow the roads!
Alright, I'll try not to crash the car.
We need to find Johnny, not get ourselves into a mess as well.
Wait, if Johnny was in an accident, wouldn't it have already gotten out?
Not necessarily. There's many quiet roads around here that aren't used. Johnny loves taking shortcuts, especially with a limited amount of time.
I'll try more quiet roads then.
Livy branches off onto a more quiet road, scanning the area.
I hope we find him.
Me too.
What if we never do?
Someone will. Eventually.
Guys.
Wait,
What is it?
look closely. Outside the car. On the grass is a bike light. Do you recognize it as Johnny's?
Looks like it. It must have fallen off. We've got to be on the right track.
Come on then!
Livy turns the corner, braking hard and fast as soon as she sees the sight. The car screeches to a halt.
Johnny!